There we go. We're live.
Oh, crap.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Rag-NERD-rok actual play. Sorry for the delayed start. My computer sprang a surprise update on me, and it took 25 minutes. So tonight, we are going to be playing Scum and Villainy. I think this is the our unknown, yet unnamed campaign. We haven't really decided what to call it yet. I'm Ryan, and I'm going to be GMing this session. So why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves, I guess, in whatever calling order we're...
All right, I'll go first. I'm Alex, and I'm playing Evander Krynid, the mechanic, but he goes by the name Tung, like T-U-N-G, like tungsten. And he's got a pet sunset lizard named Tumbert.
I'm Steve, and I normally play but she went a little crazy last episode and is currently indulging herself on humans. And in the meantime, she has released Mill Isobrian from Stasis to her dark god. And Mill is one of the people that they kidnapped last time from the hegemon. Is that what it is? Is that what they call it?
Yeah. You guys are from hegemon prison in the Breck system.
So he is formerly a baddie, but doesn't realize it was bad until now.
All right, I'm Mike, and I'm playing Blort. He's a large, gray, blubbery alien, and he's got a confused look on his face.
All right, I'm Chris, and I'm playing Yeast, the brain slug. Looks like a pile of snot. He attaches to people's spines and controls them. Right now, he is riding around on a small purple boy who I decided glows in the dark a little. Just the purple one. The green one.
Are you keeping the purple boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have two boys.
All right. So what do you guys remember from last session?
Well, I definitely vaporized an officer. I remember that. We started off in jail. We had a brilliant plan to escape, and we executed it flawlessly. And we killed a lot of people with illegal weaponry on our way out. And we have acquired a warship. Oh, and we also went somewhere, didn't we? After that.
Yes, you guys went to the Spar, which is an Echo Wave Rider station in the Brightwind cloud.
I remember that a huge spider dominated my mind and made me do things that betrayed my people and my life. And now
that
I'm wanted.
Specific guy.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So when we last left our heroes, they were licking their wounds and recuperating from their jailbreak on the Spar. You guys had done kind of like a pay and spray refurbishment to your ship, the Fire Drake, to keep it from showing up on hegemon scans, disguising the hull profile and the markings and the like. If memory serves, you were going to try to leave the Breck system to bleed off some of the heat that you guys drew from your great escape, but you wanted to hit a convoy of some kind on the way out.
Yep.
All right. So we're in free play right now. You guys can do whatever you like to nose out a convoy to hit on your way to the gate. I believe that goes into what do they call the stage that's like preparing for the job? Planning and preparation. Planning and engagement. There you go.
Well, we know where the gate is in the system. I assume that's sort of like a semi-permanent location.
Yeah.
Is it known that there's trade routes headed towards that? Is that a thing?
There are mapped hyperlanes that are patrolled by hegemon cops, the House Malachlife officers that you guys tangoed with last time. There are also like off the grid dark hyperspace lanes. Basically, like the way travel works in this game, in this setting. To get between systems, you have to use the gates. That's the way you cross the absurdly long distances of interstellar space. To get within a system, they do have FTL travel, but it's not like time-bendingly fast like you would get in Star Wars or Star Trek. So you can they have what they call hyperspace lanes, which are mapped out to prevent you from crashing into other objects or ships or planets or other objects as you transit between the orbits of the planets. So you could try to go to one of the bigger trade routes, which may draw some heat from patrols, or even just like friendly passerby ships, or you could try to hit someone on one of the lesser traveled dark hyperspace lanes.
Do ships have to like file flight plans?
I think. Probably when you're actually going in transit between solar systems, because everybody has the gate is like a choke point.
Right.
So you'd have to like schedule gate time and wait online and go through customs and all that kind of stuff. But as far as filing flight plans, you could probably like falsify whatever your true destination was.
Well, no, I was going to see if like I could hack it to find out what other ships are around.
Well, Alex, your character was a former smuggler, wasn't he?
No.
In a way. He was on the smuggler ship in that one game, wasn't he?
Was he?
Or is that? Yeah, I mean, in the one you guys put up.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, I was thinking of like my actual background.
No, it's the same character, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So he might be aware of smuggler routes where there's like high value targets being smuggled through too.
Yeah, maybe. Is that something I could check, Ryan?
You very well could. Which would you prefer? I'll let you do both as part of your prep if you want. We'll say that yes, you do have to file flight plans. Not everybody is honest.
Yeah.
With where they're going and what they're carrying and stuff. So
right. Yeah. So first, I'm going to try hack to see if I can hack the database of flight plans and find us a juicy looking ship.
All right. I'm going to say that's a risky move, but standard effect.
All right. I got 2 5s, so 5.
Okay. So, give me 1 second here. Trying to find the... There we go. All right, so you can ask me whatever you want to find out from the database, and then I'll tell you how it shakes out with the complications.
Okay. So, are there any? I guess are there any like big transport ships, like haulers, not passenger transport ships, that have filed routes?
A ship catches your eye that is basically like a floating space dock. It's a converted freighter that has a pretty large hold and is usually used to transport smaller ships across great distances. But it's also like retrofitted with repair equipment, and it's almost like a shipbuilding facility, like a space foundry that travels from place to place.
I guess that's another question we should ask amongst ourselves. What are we looking to steal? Are we looking to snatch something that will be useful to us, or something that we can sell?
Something small but valuable, right? Because we don't have cargo bays.
Right. Well, like, are we trying to like smuggle something that we can then steal something that we can then install on our ship, or something that we're going to sell?
No, I think the original thought was I don't think any of us have any dots in money, wherever that is on here.
Yeah, you guys are pretty broke. You had 2 cred, and then you spent one of them for the pay and spray.
Yeah.
So, like, we absolutely are all cash poor. We need money.
Okay. Yeah. So then, well, that's one option then.
The thing about that is it takes you forever, because the connection out here in the Brightwing Cloud is really slow. So just loading different pages from the database takes a long time, and it's all like boring clerical records of ship designations and load weights and all that kind of shit that you have to pour through until you find something interesting.
What's
or
boring
valuable
about that? I love lists of weight.
Okay.
So it takes you longer than you would like. I'm going to say that you can do a second action if you like, but it's going to be one step more. What do you call it? Your position is going to be one step worse than it would be, because you're basically going to have to rush through it.
Right. So what would it be to see if there's any smugglers or anything like that?
Well, how are you doing that? Are you like tapping your network, or are you?
I guess I would like call someone to see if they have any info.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna say that's gonna be a desperate action. Standard effect though, so like it would be risky because you guys are kind of on the lam,
Right.
but because you have to do it so quickly, you won't be able to take precautions that you would ordinarily take to keep yourself from being found out, discovered.
And what would the role be?
You tell me.
I would imagine consort.
Yeah. That's I played that wrong. I'm sorry. You should have told me what the role was, and then I tell you what the position and effect are.
All right.
But yeah, with consort, I'll give you standard effect.
All right, so I'm gonna push myself for an extra die. So that puts me at 2. And that's a 3.
All right.
How many of those like moxie points do we have left? Those gambits? Is that right?
So here's the thing: gambits reset at the beginning of every show, at the beginning of every session. But because Steve gave his character a special ability, you get an extra gambit.
So we have 3 gambits.
You have 3.
So
Can
can
he
we?
use that for a reroll?
That usually gives you an extra die.
Okay, that's it. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that case, I'm going to say that you spend. Excuse me a second. So who do you contact?
I'm gonna call this guy on my list, Len, a black market dealer.
Okay. So Len answers the call. What does Len look like?
Len is a robot.
Okay.
He's like a droid, so he's just got a blank face that you can't read and an artificial voice. So he's really hard to tell what his emotional state is.
Okay. So you see the video call loads up Len's image. He is a production droid on an assembly line. You can see his arms. He's got like 5 of them, moving furiously in the background as he assembles hovercrafts. He's just doing the same operations over and over again. He doesn't even turn to look at you, but his deadpan, flat artificial voice says, "State your business."
Hey, Len, working hard or hardly working? Listen, my crewmates and I are out here, and we're wondering if you know of any illicit transports that we could maybe help lighten the load on.
Negative. My data banks do not show any valuable cargo being transported at this juncture. My advice to you is to get out of the Breck system as soon as you can.
Oh, why is that?
I've seen the Hollow News Network. Your faces are all over it.
Yeah, well, we're working on it. We just need a little coin for a little cred to line our pockets before we go. But thanks for the heads up.
At this time in the phone call, you see the screen sort of gets a little corrupted. It looks like all kinds of weird graphical artifacts start springing up, and then all of a sudden the image just clears. And that means that someone in the hegemony has cottoned onto the call and is reviewing the logs, basically.
I hang up immediately.
So I'm going to give you a heat for that.
Everything's fine, guys.
All right, what's everybody else doing? Tung has spent his afternoon poring over records and then probably getting you all caught.
Blort is asleep somewhere inconvenient.
I'd like to call one of my hegemony buddies and convince them that I am actually in deep cover, that they can't reveal that to anyone, but that I'm actually, this whole thing is an operation where I'm infiltrating some pirates that we're having issues with. And I want them to give me hegemony information.
Sure.
Can I use sway?
Sure. I'm going to say, again, risky, but standard effect.
Like to trade effect for whatever. Position for effect.
Okay. So you want to have great effect, but you're going to desperate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll spin the gambit. Six.
Sweet. All right. So who do you call? Who's your buddy in the hegemony?
Well, in order for them to believe the story, it's got to be someone a little bit stupid. So it's like an ensign in the like trade network or something. Or like what would be who would be in charge of managing like of basically hegemony traffic, the like logistical stuff, bringing stuff in and out of systems and things like that.
All right, we'll say that there's actually an official hegemony position that is basically just overseeing all of the computer operated, the massive infrastructure related to interplanetary shipping. So basically, all this person does it's a cushy job where you sit and stare at a computer screen all day, and occasionally the system like brings up a red flag that you have to review, but for the most part you just kind of kick back and keep on keeping on. So you contact, get a name here. Hold on a sec.
Potak.
Ensign Potak. So he answers and he goes, "Oh, hey,
Potak, don't hit that button. Look, you know me. You know I'm loyal. This isn't what you think it is. Look, don't tell anyone. I'm under cover."
you know what? I knew it. I knew it. I knew you couldn't have been. I knew you couldn't have been a dirty spy like they said you were. A traitor.
Clean spy.
Potak, I gotta sell it to these guys though. I need to find something to really sells me as one of them. I need a really good target, and trust me, this has all been approved by the higher ups, the highest ups. All right, buddy. I need a really sweet target. I'm thinking a hegemony ship. It's got to be something that I'm betraying my people. But look, it's a loss we can afford. We got to do this.
All right.
Maybe maybe an exotic weapon, something like that. Don't worry. We'll take it. Then I'll have my tracker on me. The hegemony will sweep in and arrest the people we sell it to. We'll get it right back.
Well, I know. There's a smuggler by the name of Rocco Pava, who's moving some weapons for the Janus Syndicate.
Okay, that sounds good.
Seems like
Where's
he's got
that at?
pretty. He probably has a very sweet kind of stash happening right now, considering the kickback I got. I'll transmit you the coordinates.
Perfect. Hey, thanks, Potak.
Hey, anytime. Never
Hey,
let
remember, don't say anything about this to anyone.
My lips are sealed.
All right, I'll be in touch.
All right.
If I make it. And then I hang up.
He bought it hook, line, and sinker. So you're good.
One person will like toast my picture every Veterans Day still as a loyal.
So how about you, Yeast? What are you up to?
I imagine I was piloting the ship. We were probably not staying in one place.
Okay.
I mean, I thought of a guy we could ask for a job too, but it sounds like we already got one, so no real
You
need
could,
to do that.
if you want to, you could get more information about the dude, the job, maybe.
You guys kind of have two leads right now, and it turns out they're actually in the same caravan. The guy Rocco Pava is the captain of an ore transport ship, and apparently you know that he is smuggling guns for the Yana Syndicate. You also know that there's that dry dock ship that is transporting something probably to the Iota Gate.
If you look at the bottom of your sheet under gather info, there's a bunch of questions you can like kind of riff off of.
Oh, what's the danger here? Well, how about, all right, I've got under fast friends here a guy named Mav, a former mentor. If he's another brain slug, maybe he just knows what it is that they're transporting because we love information.
Okay. So where do you meet up with Mav?
I imagine I would just call him.
Okay.
Or I guess, yeah.
Mav is currently riding around on a Xeno woman. She's like insectoid. She's got big like segmented eyes.
Oh, Mav always loved the composite eyes.
Yeah. And like wiggly little mandibles that kind of chitter at you. Ah, Yeast. It has been so long since we have communed and exchanged information.
We will have to do it again sometime soon. Hopefully, we will be in the same area again.
I look forward to the day.
For
Tell
the
me.
meld.
Yeah. I have so many things to share with you.
And you.
How may I be of assistance to you on this day?
I need an advance on one of the things you know, if you have it.
I could give you information if you had something equally interesting to trade.
I have much information. I don't know what is of interest to you at this moment.
Well, calling back to last session, I think you said that all information is equally valuable to your species.
Yeah.
So, like,
yes.
you could like tell him the hegemon's favorite restaurant to eat at, and that would be acceptable.
Or I've been riding around on this purple being. I could give you information of their bathroom habits.
Ah, the bathroom habits of an alien child. Delightful.
So we wanted to know what the secret thing they were transporting it at the dock was.
Yes. Or you can get more information about the gun shipment. But either way, your choice. What you want to learn more about.
I'd like to learn more about the thing that we don't even know what it is. Let's at least find out what it is.
All right. So what are you going to roll? So that determines how effective it is, like what he knows and how valuable it is.
I guess I don't think sway really works there, right? It's more of a consort thing that we're trading information.
Yeah, consort would be more, unless you want to try to like get away with not giving him info.
No, I'll give him the info. What if I used Helm to demonstrate the bathroom habits of this creature?
That would be probably limited effect.
All right, I'll just do Consort.
All right, so I would call that risky and standard.
Okay. They're D6s, right?
Yes.
And I've got one in Consort, so it's 1D6, and it's whatever I get then, basically.
Yes, the highest you get.
I got a 1.
Oh.
I'm gonna guess she just doesn't know. Or he.
It's Mel or Mal? I'm sorry.
Mav. M-A-V.
Mav. Okay, I'm sorry. So Mav delights as you go into the intricate details of your host's toilet habits. How often they bathe, what their processes of elimination are, and their hygienic processes are afterwards, and then afterwards tells you, oh well, as fascinating as all of that was, I can tell you that I have indeed heard of the vessel of which you speak. I cannot say what cargo it bears, but I know that it is important. There was an extra complement of hegemon soldiers that were assigned to guard it.
Well, that's useful. Thank you, Mav. Enjoy the information that I've given you.
I will assimilate it and share it with others of our kind.
Very good.
Until the next melding.
Until then.
I missed that. What was the information?
So he doesn't know exactly what's being transported, but a complement of hegemon soldiers has been assigned to guard it within the dry dock vessel.
And that was for the one that Alex found?
Yes.
Okay.
So you guys have it's one convoy, but there are two potential targets within it. There's an ore transport vessel helmed by Rakopava that is transporting a shipment of guns. There's a dry dock ship that is transporting something important and worthy of being guarded.
Well, I mean, I'm always a fan of ripping off the hegemony.
Yeah, but if we kill a bunch of criminals, it's not going to hurt. It's not going to bring the heat down as heavy.
That's true. But criminals transporting a bunch of guns means that they have a bunch of guns they could use to shoot us.
So we have to hit them when they don't expect us, so they don't have the guns ready.
What ship upgrades do we? I know we have some weapons. We have that graviton bridge thing too, right?
Yeah, we have a graviton generator or something like that. That's like a tractor beam
generator, a jump drive. Those are under engines, and for our weapons, we have particle cannons.
Yeah, we've got a super nasty ship. We should hit both these ships.
Oh, that's biting off a lot.
You could very well do that.
If we were to do that, I think we should hit the smugglers first, so that way we could use the weapons we steal on the hegemony soldiers in the other ship.
That makes a lot of sense.
Did we find out how big the smuggler ship was?
It's an ore transport vessel, so I'm going to say like it's a standard freighter. Probably like 3 holds, each loaded with a couple of tons of ore, and there's got to be like smugglers' compartments somewhere, or maybe they just bury the boxes of guns and whatever ore they're transporting.
You said it's a frigate?
Freighter.
So would that be... Oh, so that's like the same size as our ship, basically.
Yeah.
We're a freighter.
The ore that they're transporting is probably valuable too, right?
You could steal the ore.
If they're actually transporting ore.
What happened?
If they're transporting ore.
Yeah, that's true. They might just be faking it.
Based on your background as a smuggler, Tongue, you would guess that it would be simple enough to do both jobs at once. You could trade off a little bit of your space and load weight for the smuggled items, and either they've got hidden compartments somewhere, or they just bury the cases of guns under whatever ore they're traveling with. And if they get inspected,
Fire Drake.
What happened?
We're in the Fire Drake?
Yes.
Okay. So our ship's actually bigger than theirs. We're a corvette. They're a freighter. I'm sorry, I missed what you said before.
No, like I said, they
could be hauling ore and the goods at the same time.
Yeah.
Right. It would be smart to do both, because they could make a little extra money off of the guns, and they've got a perfectly situated cover.
Right.
No, we've got a giant warship. They've got a teeny tiny civilian ship.
Yeah.
What was the other guy's ship? Like, we're scary. We're wicked scary.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the other guy's ship is pretty big because it builds ships.
Yeah, it's basically.
Oh, it's like a starbase. That's right.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it dangerous, though.
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, why not? I think.
Okay, guys, crazy idea. We steal the freighter, we land it on the starbase, and then we steal the starbase, and then we just sell the whole thing.
I think we'd be pretty hard pressed to find someone to buy a starbase.
Okay. I guess we're not working with the hegemony budget anymore.
I mean, we could steal the freighter and sell it. That would be more doable, or at least sell it for scrap. I mean, we'd have to decide what we're doing with the crew.
Wait, aren't there those like ship modders in this system?
Yeah, the Echo Wave Riders.
That's where we were hiding out afterward, I think.
Yeah.
They might buy a ship foundry. I mean, for cheap.
Maybe.
Although it'd probably be pretty slow and hard to get.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to fence something that big, too.
The whole space station? No.
I'm not saying that we do this, but all of a sudden it cuts to us like klaxons going off as we're on this like huge lumbering ship and trying to guard it against all kinds of other ships trying to shoot us out of the sky.
Other ships that are already inside the ship we're stealing.
Yeah. I will tell you this: the dry dock transport is mostly empty space. It's just like a bunch of reinforced panels that surround whatever it is transporting. Probably some docking arms to keep the ship in the middle in place while the ship is in transit, and like a little command like bridge structure. And maybe some crew quarters, and that's about it.
I'm not saying it would be hard to take. I'm just saying it would be hard to sell because, like, how are you going to hide that you stole that hegemony ship?
All right, so what if we break onto the dry dock, steal whatever is there, then hit the freighter, steal it, and make our getaway.
I mean, we could try that, but they might follow us after the first hit.
Well, you guys could also, just playing devil's advocate here, you could play it by ear, see how the first job goes, and if it's going poorly, abort before the second one kicks off. Unless you want to go all in and do both of them simultaneously, but...
I mean, I say if we're going to do both, we should hit the smaller ship first, so then we'd have weapons to use against the bigger ship.
All right, let's do it. We'll see how it turns out.
How do we, out of curiosity, Brian, how would you have us board a ship? Like, how would we do something like that?
I think we choose the plan.
Right, yeah.
Right, but I mean, like, in a combat situation. Like, do we destroy engines and then dock? Like,
I think that would depend on you guys. If the plan is you're gonna, take out the engines and then, find an airlock and dock the fire drake, that would be acceptable. Or you could all like put on spacesuits and stealth over.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is on us.
I mean, we could
pick our plan, right?
What happened?
We have to pick our plan.
Yeah, you pick the plan of attack, and then we make a fortune roll to see how it goes.
I mean, we have a hegemony vehicle or a hegemony vessel. We can pretend to be an inspection. That would be a social plan, right? Yeah, isn't this a hegemony battleship that we stole from the prison?
Oh, I don't remember. Sure.
It basically is. I think somehow it was in Chris's possession somehow beforehand.
Right.
But we don't really know the details on that.
Oh, I thought it was just one he knew about, and that we ended up stealing just like.
Does it matter either way?
Yeah.
We did say that it was Yeast's purple host's ship, and that the purple host was a little rich kid.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, the 1%.
Man, I never had a warship when I was a kid.
Well, you're not that rich.
Yeah, if he owns a warship, I think he's like the 0.1%.
He's definitely Walmart level.
There's rich, and then there's owns a warship rich.
And then there's buys a warship for your child rich.
Yeah.
Well, either way, we have a warship. We can force them into an inspection.
Oh, let Junior have the old warship.
Well, we did not take the fake transponder, so it will be harder for us to fake being a hegemony ship.
Ooh. You always just attack one ship to attract everyone to that and then zip and immediately attack the other one and like take it.
Well, my thinking is we have the graviton generator. I was thinking I could maybe fiddle with it to rapidly oscillate between like positive and negative graviton flow and just shake the shit out of their ship.
Let's go with that plan. I like that.
I'm not sure that would be good for finding things in it, though, because basically everything would fall down.
Yeah, but everybody's dead.
Maybe.
Unless we want to, the classic pirate way, try to recruit everybody on board after we've defeated them.
Shaking the ship might be really good for finding what's hidden. We'll shake it right out of its hiding spot.
We don't have crew quarters yet either, I don't think. So
no, I thought
yes, we do. We have. Well, no, we've got like basically PC quarters, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's your job. You're the mechanic, man. We need a galley too.
I'm building a workshop right now.
Get to it. All right, so let's
So the way
it sounds like an assault plan.
Yeah, this does sound like an assault plan. So the point of attack is you guys are going to fire up the graviton generator, shake the shit out of the ship. Which ship are you attacking?
I say the weapon transport. but I'm just one, so whatever.
Yeah, I think
agree.
that's the right one to go for first too.
It's probably easier than a giant space thing.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be shaking a giant space thing as easily.
Yeah. The smaller ship's the right choice to shake at.
All right. So this is a fortune roll. You get 1 die for sheer luck. You are attacking unbeknownst to you. Well, no, you know who's transporting the weapons. It's the Yana Syndicate. They're a tier 2 faction. You guys are only tier 1, so that loses you a die. But you have a pretty diabolical plan that has a complete disregard for all the crew people who are inside that ship.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a die back for that. So I'm going to roll 1d6 to see how this goes.
Can
Are
we
we
spend
allowed
a
to
gambit?
spend gambit?
I believe you can, yes.
We have
think-
2 right now?
You have
Yeah.
2 currently.
I thought we had 3 gambits.
We spent one.
Yeah, we used one.
Yeah,
mean,
I forgot that I could have pushed myself instead of spinning it, but whatever.
Oh, well,
mean-
that's good to know, though.
Yeah, I'll let you reverse that if you want. If you want to take stress instead of spending the gambit, I'll let you retcon.
Yeah, I would have if I
Okay.
remembered.
So you guys
Alright.
have 3 gambits then.
Let's spend it.
I definitely say we should spend one. Yeah,
All right. So
1 or 2?
I think we can only spend one per roll.
Yeah, you can. I believe that's right.
Okay.
Let's see how we go. Okay. I got a 6.
Nice.
Is that good or bad?
So you guys come into this thing in great shape. I'm gonna say we cut to a shot of the ore freighter sliding silently through space.
I just had a stupid idea. No,
What happened?
it's just it just cuts to us going like, "Whoa, that went great!" as we start attacking the second ship.
I can't
I
believe,
can't believe it actually worked. And then it just cuts to us attacking the foundry. No, but
It's not that great. You don't get to skip the whole game.
no. Well, the game is the foundry attack now. But no, go on. Sorry.
Actually, that might be a good way to save time. I will give you guys this one because we
I mean,
only
the
have-
question is whether or not we keep this ship after the
Right.
foundry attack. Now, you know.
Did we stuff that thing in the shuttle bay, or is it just like trailing behind us? Or
well, we have a shuttle in our shuttle bay.
yeah, but shuttle bay can hold more than one shuttle. Actually, it specifically says you can hold multiple fighters.
We can hold. I mean, we could just tug it. The graviton thing is like a tractor beam, so we could just like tug
Okay.
it with us if we wanted to. Or I mean, it's dead. We could just mark, turn off its transponder, mark the location, and come back for it.
No, that's also true.
If everyone's dead. I don't know if we
Wait,
burn.
we
just
were-
imagine-
I mean, you
right?
shook it so good.
I will turn
I imagine
will turn
Mill
that-
saying, "Wow, that went really well. I'm very impressed." And all of a sudden, like just a blob of like red goo drips down on his face from the top, as the former crew has been emulsified.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shook them up good. So I will say this: your attack on the freighter.
Mhm.
Poor Captain Pava is dead, as well as most of his crew. I'll let you guys decide what you want to do with the others. If you're taking them prisoner, if you're recruiting them to your pirate crew, or if you're just gonna leave them and ransom them.
I say when we open the door to their ship after shaking them up, we're just met with a bunch of mangled, disjointed corpses.
Oh, wait. We're
Gravity gun just working
going
too
for
well.
cheesy. So when the doors open and we step onto the ship, Tongue walks in and says, "All right, this is a shakedown."
God damn it!
Yeah.
So
And his voice just echoes through the empty ship.
So we see the close up of Mill as he cocks his stolen weapon from the shipment of weapons. The camera pulls back, and you just see ore, rocks, metal thrown everywhere. There are many like mangled corpses and like blood spatters where gigantic pieces of stone just sort of broke away and crushed people. And you can see the shipment of weapons revealed that was in fact buried under the ore. So you guys have a reasonably valuable prize here. You could take it and run, or you can press on and see what is in the foundry ship.
Like, how much credit do we get for these?
That's a good question. Give me 1 second.
Just the usual amount.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, the usual amount. I'll mark it.
No, we loot this ship, and then we take this ship and we throw it into the side of the other ship, and then we attack it while they're dealing with that.
All right, I would say 6 cred for this haul.
Per person?
No, total.
Okay.
So here's my concern with that, is that we don't know exactly what we're stealing from the big ship. So throwing this ship into it might destroy whatever it is we're trying to steal.
I mean,
like, we just know there's something.
That's the chance you take, brother.
Plus, we can sell this ship.
Yeah, okay.
So if everyone on the ship is dead, I say we take what we want, turn it off, like turn off the transponder so it just goes dark, and then we know where it is, and so once we're done with the big ship, we can come back and then tug this one and sell it to the totally legitimate people who don't mind a little wiping some blood off the decks.
Yeah. They just need to hose it out, and they get all this free ore and guns.
Yeah. The ores, we just throw the ore in for free.
Perfectly valid plan.
I'm hyped. Let's go. Let's do this.
I'm going to start a clock. I'm going to say it's a 6 o'clock. For how long it is until you guys are... Either you guys are discovered, or the fact that the freighter is discovered. You know, or somebody pings them looking for the captain, or they realize that the ship is like drifting off course. Basically, like the amount of time before somebody realizes that something's up and notifies the hyperspace lane patrols.
Okay, makes sense.
Right. So you guys have a 6 count, and you did well. So no segments have been ticked. Nobody notices anything is amiss yet.
All right. So do we want to head to the other ship?
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys pick your loadouts?
Oh yeah, we have to pick
loadout,
right?
It's light, medium, or heavy you choose, and then you get to tick off things as you need them.
See, I feel like we're cheating because I don't feel like there's any reason to pick light in our line of work.
I mean, light, you can conceal more. I mean,
right.
you're still...
If we ever do a deception plan.
Yeah, we could always theoretically, actually, there's communities and banks and things like that to rob too. You don't just have to rob ships. You're right.
So, do we come up with a different plan for the next mission, or do we have to stick with this all plan?
I think this is still the same job. So you guys are rolling into it.
So it's still an assault plan. We don't get to like pick a different way.
Yeah, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just roll
We're
with it.
high on adrenaline. We just scored the first one. It seems like the next one's going to go down just as easily. So let's just make it quick and get it over with.
I think that's the best way. Like you guys are just planning to hit the targets fast and then get out as quickly as you can.
Anyway, I'm choosing a heavy loadout.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
My character's asleep, but he's always wearing a heavy loadout.
Oh, wow, yeah, heavy armor.
All right, Yeast. What is your approach plan?
From behind.
Classic.
Well, I just meant
Classic approach.
From whatever way they're not going to see us until the last possible second.
Okay. It's kind of difficult to avoid detection in space unless you have some kind of cloaking device because you're yeah, and also your heat emissions give you away. Your profile gives you away. I'm sure they have radar or some kind of radio imaging system that would ping off of your gigantic hull.
You got to hit them hard and hit them fast, man.
Yeah.
That it's pedal to the metal and as fast as we can get to them.
Okay.
So they have as little time to prepare as possible because we can't really. They're going to see us when they see us.
All right. So what are you rolling?
Helm.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to say that this is desperate. You got to do this real quick, and it is going to be. I'll give you standard effect because nobody has noticed that you're there yet.
Okay. So I'm going to roll two of those guys. A 5, right? We just pick the higher of the two.
Yes, the higher
five
die. All right. Okay. In that case, I am going to say. Hang on a second. You crank the ship's engines into overdrive and masterfully execute a flyby maneuver to get yourself as close in as you possibly can. But just at the last second, you notice that there are a couple of turrets on the hull of this ship. And they turn and fire at you. So mark off a damage on your hull.
No.
You guys do have shields, so if you want, you can mark off the shields box on your.
Yeah, I guess we should probably start with the shield, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
All right. The alarm buzzers, the klaxons start wailing as the computer notifies you, Yeast, that the ship shields are offline. You're vulnerable, but you're close enough now that the turrets are going to have a hard time hitting you. This ship definitely knows that you're there, though. So what do?
Well, the plan is to board the ship, right, and take it, or we're actually just going to take something from it and leave the ship, right?
Yeah.
So I think I should take out those turrets so they don't hinder us when we try to escape.
Okay.
So I'll just use the ship's guns and take them out, hopefully.
Sounds good. I'll start at 4:00 for them. There's 2, and they have 2 hit points each. So So what are you rolling?
Helm again, because I'm using my ship to shoot them.
All right. So I'm going to say that is risky and standard effect.
All right.
I think there's a way to help him if people want to.
Yeah, you can. If somebody wants to get on the weapons console and give him a hand,
that would not be me.
Well, I got a 6 for this one if they want to help me when I don't, when I need it, as opposed to when I don't, I guess.
I mean, if you got a 6, that's good enough.
Yeah, I got a 6. I did.
All right. So you guys get an additional gambit.
All right, one more gambit.
And I will say, you bring the fire drake around Yeast and take one of the turrets out.
Huzzah.
All right, good for me.
The other one is still active, but it's pretty easy to stay out of its firing arc. You just stay where the in the 180 degrees of arc that other turret was covering.
Do we have a hacker?
Me.
Alex,
Yes.
can you like jam their distress signal or something like that?
I could sure try.
Sure.
All right. So I'm going to roll hack.
Okay. I'm going to say that is risky but standard effect.
Okay. Can I exchange position for effect?
I suppose so. What do you? What did you roll?
Oh, I didn't roll yet.
You haven't rolled yet. Sure. So you want to do a desperate move, but
maybe instead of just shutting down their distress call, just shut down their communications altogether.
Sure.
All right. That's a 4.
All right.
And I mark XP for taking a desperate action, or when I get a 6 on a desperate action.
I think you get a gambit when you roll a 6 on a risky move. I think
every time you roll a desperate action, mark XP in that action's attribute.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to say that they were able to get some semblance of a distress signal out. It was very much abbreviated before your jam kicked in. But someone, the hyperspace patrol has been alerted, and they're looking into it. So I marked off a segment on the hyperspace patrol's notified clock.
We're on a timer, folks.
You intercept the signal, and there's a House Malclaith guard. This is. I didn't come up with a name for the ship. Does anyone want to name the ship?
The Rockwell.
This is the Rockwell. We're under it, and then it just cuts out with your jam.
Yeah, dude, that's how it's done.
But he's obviously distressed, and they're gonna try to hail him and maybe send someone to investigate. And you're definitely on the clock here now.
Yeah.
All right, so you're in a position where your ship is not in any danger of being hit. You've got the communications under control. How are you getting aboard?
That's a good question.
Someone
going hot.
Someone could do a flashback. You could use the graviton generator again.
Well, if it's just like a big open space, do they have like giant bay doors to close, or Can we just like fly inside the construction area?
Well, the bay doors are closed now because the ship is in transit.
So they do have giant bay
They do
doors.
have giant bay doors. So you could hack those open.
I would like to do a flashback.
Sure.
Sure.
You spend stress, right? Or something?
Yes. Depending on what you want to accomplish, depends on how much stress you spend.
I would like to I would like to have gotten a like. I don't want to describe it as a garage door opener, but a garage door opener for their bay doors. So basically, a device where you just click it and the bay door opens.
Okay. So let's narrate that. I'm gonna say
I have a friend who's a ship mechanic.
That's gonna be a 2 stress spend.
Okay.
Hang on, let me just make sure that you can't spend more stress because I feel like that's a. Where are we here? 2 plus stress for an elaborate action which involves several special opportunities. Actually, only 1 stress. It's an unlikely opportunity, so it's not all that elaborate that you're going to see your buddy who's a mechanic who may have a frequency, a modulator or whatever that will open this thing up. So who is your buddy?
It's a person who used to be with the hegemony who washed out. So they don't necessarily have a great impression of the hegemony, and I kind of barely kept touch until now.
Okay, so you know this guy. I've been saying guy a lot. We'll say girl. Her name is Iris.
Oh no, it has a name already. Jowl.
Oh, Jowl. Okay.
Jal.
Jowl.
Y'all.
Okay.
Y'all.
Okay.
Y'all come back now.
So y'all is or she was on track to be a hegemon pilot. She considered herself something of a flying ace, but she hit the bottle a little too hard, and the superiors didn't care for that, so she washed out of the program without actually getting her wings. And now she kind of set up shop with the Echo Wave Riders in the Bright Wind Cloud, fixing ships. So she is kind of a tall, wiry woman. She keeps her hair really short. She's working in the open engine. They've got like a big docking bay off of one of the spars, and there are tools and machine parts just like floating in the 0G, and things are like strapped down, and she is working on taking apart a personal fighter jet when you find her.
She looks down and sees a pair of boots float from above her perspective downwards, and pulls herself out from underneath the jet, maybe.
Yeah. She gives you a little smile and she goes, Mill.
Y'all.
It has been a minute.
It's been a while. Things have changed for both of us.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard about the dishonorable discharge.
Yeah,
that was a lot of counts you're wanted for.
Yeah.
So, what brings you out here?
Well, I heard you were in the system. Thought I'd just drop by, see if you could help me out with something.
What do you need?
Well, we've got this idea for a score, and I need an entry.
Huh. Hegemon ship, I hope.
I mean, I can neither confirm nor deny. But yeah, it's a hegemon ship.
All right. I think I might have just the thing. She motions you to follow her and kicks off. She digs around in a tool chest for a while and comes up with a small like wrist mounted device that she passes off to you, and she says, "That's a hegemony standard frequency rotator. I can't guarantee that it'll get you through any door if the key's complex enough, but with most of their codes, leave it there long enough and it'll ping the right frequency."
Y'all, you're the best. I always thought you got a bad shake.
Just go get those fuckers back for me.
You got it. Hey, and if you're ever in the what's the next sector we're going to?
Iota.
If you're ever in the Iota sector, look me up.
She gives you a nod and a smile. All right. So then we cut back to Mill in the present with this apparatus on his hand.
So I think I just click it and it goes. So I click it.
Okay. What are you rolling?
Helm or rig?
You gotta sway that button, son. Sway it so good.
I mean, I could have rolled sway to get her to give me the good one, but no, I think rig.
All right. So in that case, I'll say it's risky, limited effect. But I will give you an extra die for the device.
And I'll push myself.
Okay.
And you know what? I'll trade position for effect. So
okay, so you're gonna make it a desperate action for standard effect. Sure.
Yeah. All right, here goes nothing. 4.
Okay.
No, sorry. I'm looking at the thing. I don't know what I was looking at the top. 2.
2.
Yeah, no, I screwed up.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right. So the complication I'm going to give you is time. You click the button on this little wrist-mounted device. There's got like a couple of different concentric circles of blinky lights that spin around rapidly and then freeze on a number as it finds the right digit in the combination. It goes off very rapidly. 1, 2, 3, and then the center flashes, and you think you've got it, but this ship just wasn't made to move very quickly. So you see the doors like agonizingly slowly start to part and like drift open.
Okay, so this doesn't look like this is going to be as quick as I was hoping, guys.
And you realize that the entire ship is kind of like spreading open from the base. It's going to take quite some time, though. So I'm going to mark 3 more segments in the.
Hold on. Has anybody bothered waking up the combat guy yet?
I didn't
Oh,
realize
yes.
you were still asleep.
Oh yeah.
So is anyone waking up Blort?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Blort wakes up. It turns out he was passed out over like several scientific consoles on the bridge. And he wakes up and he looks out and he looks around and he says, "Just put me inside. Use the graviton. Shoot me at them."
Uh, okay.
And then he gets up and he starts lumbering towards the bay. And he hits a button on his belt, which turns on his spacesuit. He's covered in a film instantly.
I mean, the gap is big enough for people. I mean, we could just all go through.
Yes, put yourself in a spacesuit and then fire yourself into an enemy ship with a graviton ray.
Listen, someone has to stay and fire the graviton ray, which is perfect for me.
Oh no, it's a real complex thing. I should probably fire it. Why don't we send our friend through first to clear the way?
This is a proof of concept, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it possible?
He might get launched inside. There's an equally good chance he'll just turn into paste as soon as we turn on the graviton beam.
Who could my character just kill to somehow speed up this thing? Because that's what he does. Can you fire him directly through the front windshield of the bridge, like an Imperial Star Destroyer?
I mean, theoretically, sure.
Just an idea.
There is an exposed viewport. It is probably like several layers of reinforced, like liquid smoke.
Oh, then we should weaken it with the particle cannons first.
Well, why wouldn't we just shoot you through the door that's already open?
What's that, Chris?
Why wouldn't we just shoot you through the door that we just opened?
No, well, it's up to you. My guy's just going towards the, I guess, some sort of appropriate port.
Well, Chris is the pilot. He decides where's the prod going.
So, Yeast, are you firing him into the bridge or into the very slowly opening bay doors?
Well, if I fire him into the bridge, there's a chance that he'll just kind of splat against the side of the ship, right?
Yeah.
So I'll shoot him into the thing that isn't going to kill him.
I mean, here's the thing. If you're off by, a meter or two in either direction, he's gonna go splat anyway.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do it on purpose.
First to weaken the windows a bit.
You could create a hull breach to fire him through if you wanted to.
Would that make it easier to shoot him into, or would it just be another similar sized hole a little further over?
It would make it possible for you to shoot him into the bridge.
How about this? What if I assist Chris by rolling scrap to shoot the cannon at whatever he's aiming the beam at?
Okay.
Wouldn't that be a thing?
Yeah, you can certainly do that.
The old 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
So I believe the way that works is you both choose an action type to roll, and we go by if anybody fails, you all take stress equal to however many people fail.
Okay.
So Yeast, what are you rolling?
I'm rolling my hell.
Okay. I'm going to say that this is a controlled position for standard effect because you're not in the line of fire. You're kind of on a little bit of time pressure, but you're basically just pointing the ship in a direction.
Yeah, I got a 2.
Okay.
I'm going to roll sway to beg the guns to fire correctly. Now I'm going to roll scrap.
All right. So that is going to be that will be again the same controlled position, standard effect.
All right, and I'll push myself one more time. I rolled 2 5, so 5.
Okay. So you both take 1 stress because Yeast's piloting is just a little bit off. I am going to say that you do manage to hit the bridge, but you have it has slightly less of an effect than you were hoping for. Apparently, the hull is reinforced here, so you haven't really created a breach so much as a weak point.
Which the frog then slams into.
However, given Blort's physiology, he may survive if you fire him at breakneck speeds into it.
All right, you do have a beam. Take off, Blort.
I mean, I think that's happening. So
yeah, dude, he just jumps into space. He's waiting for it. Do it.
So you guys hear pounding on the hull from the outside, and Blort.
I hit the button.
All right. So, what are you? I'm guessing the tongue is rolling for this one.
Yeah. Rig, I guess.
Okay.
This feels like a jury rig to me.
Yeah, definitely.
Should I push myself?
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure
always.
Blort would appreciate it if you did.
Yeah, I'll push myself.
I'm pushing myself.
No, the graviton beam is pushing you.
All right.
All right. So that's going to be I'm going to say desperate position because this is kind of a risky move.
Yeah.
What?
Well, you did weaken the hull, so I'll say standard effect.
No, I like desperate. It gets me another experience point.
Well, your position is still desperate. It's just your effect that's standard.
Yeah.
Oh, effect is standard. All right. I got a 4.
Okay.
Can I get a roll before I die on this thing?
Sure. So you wanna like tuck and roll and hit this thing at a good angle?
No, I'm just going to start shooting my grenade launcher at it as soon as I start flying at it.
I mean, that's fair.
And I've marked my grenade launcher. So I'm going to scrap. I'm also going to use a gambit, and I'm also going to push myself with my special armor.
That's fair.
1, 2, 3, 4 d6.
All right. So with
and I got a 6.
I'm gonna tick off maybe segments of the hyperspace patrol notified. You guys get an incoming official hegemony message on the.
Is he cutting out for anyone?
Yeah, you're cutting out pretty bad, Ryan.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Kind of.
You went kind of robo and then cut out for a while.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
you're a little. Yeah, you should. I don't know.
Maybe refresh.
Something like that. Yeah.
He's got the most up-to-date version of Windows. What could be the problem?
Yeah. I got a message that said, "Welcome to the April 2018."
What?
I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, no, I think you need to refresh because you cut out your rowboat out again there.
Yeah, your awesome joke fell flat because we didn't hear the punchline, man.
All right, I'm gonna refresh.
Fine.
All right.
Everybody roll. Everybody roll right now.
Actually, I'm in charge. Everyone mark 5 credit on your sheets you want.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, right.
Also, you get a free ability because of cyborgs.
Hey, I'm back.
Oh shit. Well, just remember what I said.
Okay, 5 cred.
Just get the usual amount of XP, and we're good.
Did that do anything? Am I cutting out still?
No, you sound
Sounds
good.
good now.
Okay, fantastic. So I ticked off the remaining
Oops.
I'm a liar.
There you go.
clock. Again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you cut out.
You ticked off the remaining.
Segments on the clock.
Hyperspace Patrol notified clock.
Hold on, I rolled a 6.
Well, no, but 4.
Oh man.
So that's
I'm
what
sorry.
you can't
we're losing you.
can't hurt. But, this is time pressure here.
I'm sorry. We're losing like critical information. We can't hear you.
You're cutting in and out pretty bad.
Shit. Give me 1 second. I'll restart Chrome.
Yeah. All right.
Bye, Ryan.
Oh, I was afraid he's going to say he's going to restart his computer. Be another surprise update.
So anyway, what I was saying. Also, just take the ship sheet, and I'm saying you can check 3 spots. Just any old equipment that looks good.
I mean, I think that's fair.
Yeah, and experience. I don't really know how it works in this game, but just fill in all the empty spaces with your pencil.
That would get us 1 dot and everything.
Yeah, that sounds fair. I mean,
And play answer at the bottom. Don't forget that.
I choose the AI module as my piece of system upgrade.
AI module. That sounds very nice. Yes.
Yeah, we get a snarky personality.
Oh,
yeah, that comes free.
Yeah, we're missing that. Is what we're doing.
I mean, the improvement is really for the snarky personality right now.
I mean, that's really Ryan's fault. He could have given us one by now just to be a snarky computer.
I could have. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah,
yes.
you sound
for
pretty
the
good.
moment.
For now.
Okay, so fingers crossed this stays connected.
I mean, it's either RAM or your internet, one or the other.
Yeah.
Or both.
Could be both. Let's see.
So you ticked off the remaining sections, and the hegemony is on the phone.
Yeah. So basically, they looks like my memory's at 51%. So I still got plenty of free RAM. Anyway, they basically you get a message on the official hegemony channel that you are to stand down. A patrol ship is en route. If you you will be detained. If you harm any innocent civilians, they'll be forced to open fire. That kind of usual stuff. So now I'm going to say that you have a 4 o'clock until they show up.
Cool. Is there anything we can do to delay the clock? Like to add segments to the clock or something like that?
I don't know. Is there?
If you can come up with something, like
can I jump on the comms and start using some sway?
Sure. What are you trying to sway them into believing?
Is there any way I can convince them that there's a bigger threat somewhere else that they need to respond to?
Hold on a second. Did I survive?
Well, that's
we'll see.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I rolled a 6. I really want to use 6.
Sorry, what'd you say, Ryan?
Let's resolve Blort careening through space. So you feel yourself catapulted through the void into the obvious weak spot on the hull of this ship.
No, I know this feeling.
Yeah. You pull out your grenade launcher and lob a few rounds ahead of you that actually do manage to create a hull breach. And you manage to slip through right before the repulsor field closes shut to keep the entire bridge from decompressing. So there's like a beat of silence as the crew of this transport ship just sort of gapes in horror at you and confusion. And then someone screams and everybody starts running.
Okay.
So what
perfect.
do you do, Blort?
I am going to kill all of them with my fine flamethrower.
Okay.
It's not just a flamethrower. It's a fine flamethrower.
Yeah, no, it's a very fine one.
So you're gonna scrap with them?
I am. I'm going to scrap
right.
with them.
In that case, I'm gonna say that this is that's probably a pretty controlled position because none of these people seem to be have any kind of inkling toward fighting you, and also great effect because it's a friggin' flamethrower and you're just straight up murdering them. So go ahead and scrap.
All right. I'll also spend 2 stress
For a die.
Yeah. So that's 3d6. And I got a 5.
Okay. Okay. So here's the thing. Everybody in this room is crispy fucking toasty. They're all real dead. Unfortunately, outside of the room, you hear the padding of footsteps and the cocking of blasters, the charging of shock batons, and you hear a commanding voice say, "In the name of House Malclaith, surrender yourself, or we'll open fire."
Oh. I moved that direction.
Okay. You
So,
walk.
conceivably, we punched a hole in the hull, so the bridge is just vacuum.
No, a shield popped up. He like slid in right before the shield kept the cabin from decompressing.
No, I head in that direction. I head in that direction, and I just open up the door and unload.
Okay. I'll give you one more action, and then we'll cut back onto the fire drake to see how Mill's persuasion roll goes.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna scrap with them?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
I'm not gonna... Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna say that they have an 8 clock. There are quite a few House Malclaith guards in the hallway, all with weapons trained on you. So this is going to be a desperate action, limited effect, because they have taken up positions to make themselves difficult to hit, and if you don't like sweep the room, you're going to get hit by at least one of them.
All right. Well, I'm going to use my Wrecking Crew ability. No, I'm sorry, my Unstoppable ability, and I'm going to engage with them as if I was a small gang.
Okay.
And I'm going to also use my grenade launcher that I came in here with. And I will do my best here.
All right. So I think that bumps your position up twice. So you're now in a controlled position.
Actually, the grenade launcher is just a regular grenade launcher. It's not a fine. It's not a fine grenade launcher.
So that doesn't give you any. Well, I'll let you choose. Do you want to bump your position or your effect?
My effect.
Okay, so you're up to standard effect. It's still pretty desperate though.
Well, I got a 4.
Okay. In that case, why don't you go ahead and take level 2 harm.
I will sacrifice my armor for that.
Okay.
100%.
You sweep the room with using your grenade launcher, excuse me. So you fire a few grenades off. The blaster bolts go pinging off of your armor. About 2 or 3 of the guards eat it in the grenade explosions, and the rest kind of like scramble and fall back. They're still up, but they're like taking up a more defensive position and like trying to provide cover fire so that they can retreat.
All right, well, my character will push them while we move to the next scene with the other half of the attack.
So we cut back to the fire drake, and Mill, you're getting on the horn with the hegemony. So what do you say?
So I have a suggestion for Alex for a flashback that might sell it. It makes more sense for his character though, but maybe here I'll do the thing first and then we'll see. So I'm gonna say, Mayday! Mayday! Hegemony vehicle under attack! We need support right now! All ships in sector! And that kind of thing.
Okay.
And use the appropriate hegemony codes, of course.
So the flashback would be
that would be Alex setting up like a transponder somewhere on the other side of across the system somewhere, that that it would basically be coming from.
I'm gonna say that's 1 stress for you if you want to take it ACOS, because you'd have to set up the transponder and also get like the appropriate codes.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. In that case, roll. Well, what do you want to roll?
I guess hack to make it convincing.
Sure. I'll say it's risky move, but you get standard effect.
Okay. That's 2 6s.
Critical. All right, so I'm going to say you managed to set it up with what kind of?
Did you say that was risky?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
so we get a gambit.
Yeah.
You guys do get another gambit.
But I don't mark XP in the thing for that.
No, only for desperate.
So what do you sell the transponder as? Like, is it like a capital ship, a dreadnought, or?
It's a let me say a medical transport.
Oh,
or what about like a command transport? Something like that. Yeah,
it's
no medical.
both.
Yeah,
okay.
Medical command transport.
2 ships.
So you've got like a really important hegemony vessel that is also a hospital ship.
Yeah.
And you managed to get the like highest clearance security codes. So I will say that will give you a boost, Mill, to your attempt to persuade them. So you get an extra die.
Okay. So I'm going to use sway.
Okay. I'm going to say that is going to be a risky move, and it is still limited effect.
I would like to spend one of my items for forged documents. So basically forged, whatever certificates, electronic certificates have to go through to verify that this is actually a hegemony ship.
Okay. So that brings up your position or effect. I forget which. I think it could be effect.
I'm not sure.
Well, you could always trade one for the other. So which would you rather increase, position or effect? Okay,
Effect.
so you're going up for a standard effect then.
Okay. And I will further trade position for effect.
Okay, so you're going for a desperate move for great effect.
Yes.
Cool.
All right, let's do this.
And you're rolling sway.
And I rolled 2 6s and 2 5s.
Nice.
Damn.
All right. So the signal abruptly cuts off as the hyperspace patrols are inexplicably rerouted to this hospital ship that's under assault. It's carrying important hegemony officials and military personnel, and they can't afford to let it target like that be taken down by space pirates. Obviously, this is just the distraction from the real crime, which is the attack on the hospital ship. So you are. I'm going to say that you've doubled the length of that clock now. So we're up to 8. Okay, and they are still at 0. Can you guys hear me?
Right.
Did I
Yes.
cut out? Okay, good.
Time for the frog to kill some things.
Yes, I've got this.
All right.
All right. My character. Would it be okay to say that he turns a hall and walks through a door and he is looking at sort of like a docking bay or something like that?
Sure.
All right. I am going to call Chris's character. My character reaches into sort of like a fanny pack and pulls out this bulky thing, and he clicks a button. He goes, "Hello?" And it transmits directly back to the ship.
All right, Yeast. You hear a confused voice. Giant frog person. Apparently, Blort is alive, which you were kind of dubious about for a second there.
Probably would have helped if I wasn't muted when I responded. It's good to hear your voice, big guy. That was in game. Tongue goes to respond, realizes he didn't hit the transmit button.
You didn't hit the transmit button.
Oh,
I say just as you hit the transmit button.
Hey, good to hear you.
He's still alive.
Yeah.
Hey, hello? This is Blort. I'm a Glerm.
Yeah. This is Tongue on the ship. We live together.
Yeah. Okay.
How's
This
it
is
looking?
Mill. You kidnapped me. It was bad.
Oh yeah. He transmits to you some coordinates, like a bay. So just come here. They're all dead. I killed them all.
Wow, that's terrifying and impressive. We'll be there in a few minutes. Just meet us there. It's gonna bring us into the dock.
Blaster bolts go pinging around the wall by you. Your modification there. You killed most of them.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm killing them all.
Hold that thought. So yeah, these House Melclaith troopers have just kind of like taken up defensive positions. There's a big not like a cargo bay kind of, but it's sort of like leads out into the open space where the ship is docked. You can't quite see the ship yet, but there are some crates and like tools and maneuvering thrusters and things like that, and they have taken up position and are just unloading on you. So what are you doing, Blort?
I'm just going to shoot grenades at them.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Hold on a second. I'm not going to do anything special. I'm just going to spend. I'm going to spend 2 scrap. I'm going to do scrap.
Okay, I'm going to say that this is going to be a risky move and standard effect though, because actually, you know what? Great effect. Because
Well, I got a 6 and a 4.
okay.
You
So
can check that.
unbeknownst to them, some of the things that they hid behind were rather flammable. So you blow them up real good. As you
Blort just kind of lazily walks by the flaming wreckage that used to be their body, continuing towards the airlock that he has to secure.
all right. The rest of you, as you secure the fire drake to the outer airlock, you feel the rumble of several explosions through the hull. So you're docked, but you have to get into the airlock somehow. So what do you do?
So the airlock's locked.
Well, either you have to hack it open from the outside, or Blort has to force it open from the inside.
Well, I'll try to hack it open.
Okay. I'll say controlled position, standard effect.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're hacking.
That's 6.
6. Great. Door opens.
Next stop, menswear and something we could steal.
All right. So just because we have about 15 minutes left, I will cut to the chase. You guys descend the stairs. You're on like a catwalk around like an upper level. There is fire and blood and death and various limbs and body parts, kind of in a similar scene to the freighter ship that you just took earlier. And you walk into the main cargo bay, or not the cargo bay, excuse me, the docking bay. You see through the large, like transparent steel windows, the sleek hull of a personal transport. A rather large personal transport. A very familiar personal transport. So it is well known that the governor of the Procyon sector, Ritam al-Malklaith, is something of a ship piloting enthusiast. And he has his own personal it's not quite a fighter. It's a little bit bigger, but it is built for speed and designed for handling, and it has all the fanciest bells and whistles and what have you. This is almost like when you're so wealthy and you want to be a motorcyclist, like a biker, that you can have your bike like transported to the biker rallies via truck.
Yeah.
So that's basically what this is. You have come upon the governor's personal, space motorcycle.
Oh.
Was that with the governor with it?
No, he is not. He is not aboard.
Okay.
I think we should put that in our shuttle bay.
We should keep that. We should definitely keep that.
I mean, at the very least, let me take the engine apart.
This is like cutting edge Starsmith Guild designs here, Tongue. This is.
Oh, I know.
This is what you want to be working on.
Tongue wants to get elbow deep in that baby.
All right.
Blort is still on comms requesting backup. While they idle this ship it's floating by the bridge or whatever. Hello?
We should probably come up from behind and help Lord.
Oh, yeah, sure. All right,
Yeah,
so we
let's
approach from
go. Let's go help
behind.
the big guy.
All right.
I like turn to go, and then I look back and see that Tongue is still staring at the ship, and I kind of like grab his shoulder and drag him along.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Just being blurred up with the thing you shot him in there with.
Oh, pull him back out with the graviton thing.
Well,
Yeah.
Now we're all on the ship, though.
Yeah,
We'll
we're
be
all.
like attached.
The
Oh,
fire drake is docked. So here's the thing. Now you guys have to get away with this prize. So who's going to be piloting it, or are you just tractoring it?
I'm going to
into
guess
the shuttle bay?
me.
Chris, split into two people and do it.
What?
Split into two people and do it. You have two little boys. You have to use all your alien power to divide into two aliens.
Does anyone besides Chris have any helm?
Oh.
Yes,
No.
I have one helm.
So
Oh.
why doesn't Steve fly the fire drake, and Chris can fly the super fancy high tech shuttle into the fire drake's shuttle bay?
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So
I
I'm
would assume the super high tech one would be a little more difficult to fly.
I'm going to ask you guys for a helm roll each. Actually, do a group action
Oh yeah, good idea.
for the getaway.
What is a group action?
So we can all roll something, right? And then
You can all roll something, and you take the highest result. But for every person who fails and gets a 1 to 3, you guys all take stress.
Well, I rolled my helm, assuming I'm piloting that little ship, and I got a 6.
Okay.
I got a 4 to roll my helm.
Fantastic.
Do we need more help, or is the 6? We're just taking the one highest one.
Well, there's if you get multiple sixes, it can be a crit, but
Right. I'm gonna roll hack to erase our ship from the logs of this big one so that they can't track us.
Okay. So you're gonna clear the security tapes and yeah.
That's another 6.
Nice.
Cool.
6 and a 1, so go with the 6.
Yeah. All right. So between the two, we'll call that a critical. You guys managed to pilot the Fire Drake, and I'm gonna call it the Corsair. The governor's personal shuttle. Into a side junct, like a what the fuck is the word? A side tunnel leading off to another a dark hyperspace lane, like basically an exit ramp. So you can disappear into the general whatchamacallit, traffic in the area. So with that, we shift into downtime. This may take like an extra 10 minutes to clear up. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right. So payoff and upkeep. I said that you got 6 cred for the weapons. So I'm going to say
So 1 cred each and 2 for the ship.
Up to you
that
guys.
sounds-
How are you splitting it?
Well, what is the upkeep?
Your upkeep is, I think it's 2. Hang on.
Okay.
It's on the ship's.
Systems plus crew divided by 4.
Upkeep says 2. It's filled in
2.
as 2 on mine.
2. Yeah. So one cred each, and two to pay the upkeep on the ship. And with the Corsair, you could either keep it or sell it.
Do we have to make a roll, or do we just sell it?
I think we should keep it.
Yeah. Why don't we just put all the cred in the ship? So then we'll pay the 2 upkeep and then put 4 on the ship.
We can just dip into.
I mean, you guys can do that, but I want my cred.
I mean, I do owe someone some money from gambling,
True.
so I kind of need my cred too.
Yeah,
I want my 1 cred. I'm going to take it.
That's
I need to have 1.
So I looked that up, ACOS. The way that works is technically you have 1 debt. You owe Stev 2 cred. You pay off your debt at a rate of 2 cred for every 1 debt. And there's an 8 count clock that ticks down, I guess, every session that you don't pay Stev a note.
Okay, so
when it gets to 0, Stev comes after you in a big way.
right. So like if I paid him 1 cred now, would that stop the clock from ticking?
It would not tick this session. That's
Right.
correct.
All right. Yeah. So I'm just gonna pay him the 1 cred, and I'll
Okay.
Why? You have 8 sessions. Wait till the end. You got to have cred to make cred, buddy.
Yeah, dude, save your cred. I'll give you the credit in session 8. It's fine.
I'll just pay him off 1 now.
You're so risk averse, Tongue.
You guys don't know Stev. He's
Hey man,
I like
after the
these
score
guys.
we just pulled, look. I thought this pirate thing. Honestly, I thought this was crazy. I didn't think there was any chance, but it's amazing. The adrenaline. Wow.
Yeah, I'll be in the engine room. I gotta make sure that all that bumping and shooting didn't damage the baby too much.
All right. So, in that case, I'm going to say that you guys, well, we've done upkeep. You're not selling the Corsair, so you only get the 6 cred for the weapon shipment that you managed to get away with. I would say that was you hit a caravan in space, so I would say that was pretty contained, standard exposure. Definitely +1 for a high-profile target.
Oh, can we go back and get the other small ship and sell that somewhere?
The
The freighter?
The freighter. You know what? Sure, you guys got a critical with your group check, so you can tow that away too. I'll give you another 6 cred for that since you're scrapping the whole ship.
All right.
So same thing, 1 each and 2 for the
I'm
ship.
just gonna pay Stev off then, and I'll be done.
So the ship should have a cred of 2 now because
Yep.
we used 2 for the upkeep, and then we have 2 now.
All right, so you got 2 in the stash. Cool. All right. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5 for killing hegemonic citizens, massive property damage, and illegal weapons use. You definitely did that. You didn't damage hyperspace lane or system gate, but you did get ACOS got you one heat from before for the.
I don't know what you're talking about.
the call that somebody sniffed. Hang on a second.
But he also covered our tracks at the end. Does that count for anything? He deleted all the video and stuff like that.
So we don't get 2 heat.
Yeah, they can't pin it on you. So hang on, there's 8 heat in the system clock. So I think you guys are at 1 wanted, 7 heat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you're at 1 wanted, 7 heat.
Okay.
It's fine.
Second. Oh no, sorry, you were at 2 heat from before, so you tick up to 2 wanted, 0 heat.
What was the initial heat you awarded the job? Was it a 2 heat job?
It was a 2 heat job, yeah. So you're up to 2 wanted in the Breck system, so it's really time to get out of there.
Yeah.
Okay. Get to roll the complications. Oh shit. So we can get to that next time.
Wait, what?
It's not terrible, but you guys, when you're on the, whatever the system equivalent of the HoloNet is, you see in the local system news, the crime blotter, Space Alex Costello wrote about it, that they did manage to connect this job with the 4 of you, or the 3 of you and Wiggles.
Yeah.
That's Alex Costello's a hack. Fake news.
And you see that there is a price on all of your heads.
How much?
Quite a bit. The governor is rather displeased with you for stealing his personal vehicle, and has put a bounty of, let's say, 8 cred on each of you.
I'd like to point out the bounty is not on me. It's on the innocent child that I'm riding around.
You point that out to the rest of them.
And I will also point out my willingness to turn him in for the bounty.
No, we should kidnap that man. Sell him back.
Sell him back to who?
The governor?
The government, yeah. Kidnap the governor.
I feel like that's a good way to get our reward lowered. Yeah, let's do it.
What could go wrong?
Solid plan, you guys. I'm behind it.
Oh, there you go, Ryan. You ready for next session?
Next session. Kidnap the governor. Convince him to lower our reward.
I would hope we would convince him to eliminate it, not just lower it.
Yeah. Well,
Lower our value to $50 or we're gonna split your throat.
We're gonna get everything we can out of that governor. Every goddamn thing we can.
That's amazing. I love it.
it's like,
This is a bad idea.
I feel like it's the beginning of an Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode. Guys, there's a bounty out for us, guys. 8 credits each. Well, who's offering it? The governor.
The gang.
The gang
kidnaps
kidnaps
the
the
governor.
Yeah.
I think
All right.
you finally found. I think you finally found your name for the series, and that's
It's
the
always
gang
sunny
kidnaps
in-
the government or the
It's always
governor.
sunny in Proxion or whatever the name of
It's always sunny in the Procyon sector.
So do we do downtime now or next session?
Let's. It's getting a little late, so let's make a note.
Yeah,
and
let's
do
do
it
it
at
next
the
time.
end, and then we'll do the downtime and shift into free play.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think I'll play this character probably next session just because I'm kind of enjoying him.
So we usually do XP off mic. We forgot to do the ship XP last time.
Ooh.
Ship gets exp.
Yep. So we'll do the ship, I guess, on mic. At the end of each session, for each item below, mark 1 XP or 2 XP instead if that item occurred multiple times. So aside from the first session, let's just concentrate on this session right now. You executed a successful job that opposes hegemonic dominance. Well, you did steal the governor's personal shuttlecraft, so I would say that's opposing the hegemony in a pretty blazing way.
Fuck yeah.
You contended with challenges above your current station.
Yeah, they were above us.
Yeah, they certainly were. You bolstered your crew's reputation or developed a new one.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Our reputation is strange.
You expressed the goals, drives, and inner conflict or essential nature of the crew.
Yeah. We shot a guy into their bridge.
Money.
It was pretty chaotic.
Yeah. All right, so
That's strange, right? We shot a guy through their front bridge.
that is pretty strange.
Can I make a case that we executed a successful job that opposes the hegemonic dominance twice by completely misdirecting all the ships in the sector to a fake transponder
I'll give it to you.
to get that extra XP for the ship?
All right, so the ship XP track is Mark 6. Hang on, I'll... Six out of 8. And we will do character XP, I guess, off mic. So before we call session, thoughts, comments, suggestions, questions, anything you'd like to see more of or less of?
It was great.
I
I liked it.
I would like to see Blort fire himself into more ships.
More, yes, definitely more.
That's
All
our,
right.
that's our new calling card, I guess.
We're gonna fire him into the governor's mansion. Except then we might not kidnap the governor as so much as kill the governor, but we'll see.
6 of one, half dozen of the other.
I had my mic off. Yeah, no, with games like this, you gotta go hard every time. You really do.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's a really fun system for a player. It's my only regret that I didn't really role play more. I meant to. I was just kind of tired from the day. It was a long day.
Yeah.
I would have preferred to do this on a weekend, but the next couple of weeks I'm a little busy.
That's how it happens. Yeah. No, it's fine.
Hopefully, for the next game we'll shoot for a Saturday or a Sunday if we can.
We just do what we can. It's hard enough.
Yeah.
Get it in when we can.
All right.
had fun.
I'm gonna sign us out then.
All right. Fantastic. Good night, everybody.
Will thoughts.
What are your will thoughts?
It's fine. He told me he was a spy.